We found out the gullwing has the same wheelbase as a SLK from like 2000s. So we bought an SLK, we chopped it, and put a gullwing body over it, and then just hand built the rest of the car. AMG suspension, AMG everything just looks like a gullwing. So it's a car you can drive, has AC, it's got Bluetooth, all the modern shit.
Have Mercedes hit you up? Because I've heard that.
I have.
Oh, they have?
Did they?
Absolutely.
Oh, shoot. What is it? They do.
Yeah. I mean, think about it this way. The first one we did showed up in a Super Bowl halftime Pepsi commercial.
That is...
And Mercedes wasn't sponsoring them that year. So they got a free advertisement on the most watched show in the country.
Yeah.
In the halftime show. No one was expecting it. And the other thing is, I think we compliment the brand. We don't really like bastardize the car.
No.
Sure, we put flares on it and stuff, but they do that too. AMG and all the special shit they do.
Yeah.
They like the car.
That's really cool to hear because some brands are going to be like cease and desist.
Same with Ferrari. Like we were expecting a letter from Ferrari last year because we completely bastardized Ferrari. We turned one car into a whole different car. We even bought a frame to frame the letter they're going to send us. Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of Modify with TrickFactory Customs. If this is your first time watching, my name is Elvis.
Tim, Rob, Edison, John.
Yes, and we have some really cool guests today. So these guys are from S-Klub. Yes, so you guys can just introduce yourselves and then we'll dive into your builds because you guys are wild.
First of all, I just want to say your guys' shit is fucking awesome.
Thank you.
You brought some serious heat this year.
Thank you.
So
Appreciate it.
dig in, boys.
Yeah.
I'm John.
I'm Edison.
S-Klub is our like private shop. We just kind of build stuff for ourselves and come to SEMA.
Yeah.
That's it.
and just crush. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool because years ago, when did I even hear about you guys? I'm trying to think of the build. I think it was I started with the gullwings. So if you guys have not seen the gullwings that they do, just describe them. It's because they're wild.
We found out the gullwing has the same wheelbase as a SLK from like 2000s. So we bought an SLK, we chopped it, and put a gullwing body over it, and then just hand built the rest of the car. And we didn't plan on making more than one. We just brought one to make one for SEMA. We brought it here. That year, there happened to be another guy who made a gullwing also.
Yeah, Kindig.
We weren't expecting that. I'm sure they weren't expecting that either. But theirs was like really nice car, but LS powered, stuff like that. Ours is basically a Mercedes underneath, an AMG car. So it's an AMG car, AMG suspension, AMG everything, just looks like a gullwing. So it's a car you can drive, has AC, it's got Bluetooth, all the modern shit that we're also used to nowadays.
Yeah.
John's the artist. He draws these cars in his head long before we make them, and then we make a rendering, and then we build the car. I'm just water boy. I make sure everybody's hydrated.
That's a very important role, man.
It is. Yeah. It's a lot of work. So you don't drink enough water, start falling over.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Well, no doubt. I mean, because you guys are from what, LA, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Born and raised?
Pretty much since we were little kids.
Orange County area.
Yeah.
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 So does that influence because you can talk about like how you started, because I've always just been curious of what led you guys to creating all of this stuff. Did you guys start out doing cars?
I mean, we've always been into cars. As far back as like 12 years old, probably. We grew up in a different country, so when we got here, I liked lowriders. We both did. So went to our first lowrider show, I remember, at the Forum in LA, and we were just bit by the bug, and it just never stopped. We started with lowrider bikes, and then turned into cars, and now this.
Yeah. Yeah, and lowriders, no shortage of creative expression in that world.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. So if you look at our cars, there's a little bit of lowrider in every single build that we have. It's fun for me. I love it.
You do more of the design stuff.
We kind of sit down and we talk about what car we want to do next. We buy the car, and then once we have the car, we'll do a render. John Sabal used to do our renders. He's amazing at it.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And now we have like an in-house guy that is really good. His name is Octane. They don't have to be that crazy. Like John likes to get very detailed with the.
Yeah.
And for us, it's we already know what we're gonna do. We just need a visual for our guys, for our team to kind of see what I'm seeing. And it always changes. We change the render 20 times before we're done. Yeah. So yeah, that part of it is really, really fun.
The power of the render, like that visual communication, at least for yourselves to stay on track with your build, and for your team to sort of have the idea of where you're at and where you're going. Very powerful tool.
We use renders now quite a bit, and you can probably talk about that a little bit because...
Yeah, we just did a render with Ashthorpe did a render of our next car that we're building for next year. But they're crazy. Like once you get it, and then everybody knows exactly, and you're all on the same page.
Yeah.
It makes it a lot easier. And for our customers, is like we used to do stuff, and you'd explain, and you'd try to like, yeah, we got it, awesome. They come back, they're like, what the hell is that? Yeah, like, buddy, I told you what I was doing.
Yeah.
So like now it eliminates all that stuff, and it's such a big part of what we do here.
Yeah.
Even in us cruising around talking to sponsors and people we do stuff with, it's easy just to show them what we got going on. And
it's also cool because you can change it along the way.
Yeah.
Any way, you know what I mean? The color, the rims, whatever.
Yeah, no doubt.
especially now, like in the computer space, it's like, put some black rims on it, let's check that out. So we'll have renders in 10 different colors before we're done. And a lot of times it gets you on to things you wouldn't normally try. Like in your mind, you always kind of want to try to play it safe, but you could look at it 50 different colors before you do it. That's pretty cool.
You guys are doing like, I mean, starting with the SLK and then doing a gullwing, essentially a body swap onto that. Do you guys play around with like scan data and like mesh them together kind of thing to get to that? Or is it just like, old school measuring tape, a little imagination and just kind of like just send it kind of thing?
Option B.
Yeah. We're old world like that too. But it's the new world of like the scan data is a pretty amazing tool.
It is.
It helps you get from point A to B so much more efficiently, and we're trying to, grab a hold of that and find
The
momentum.
SLR this year was 3D scanned, and the kit was made 3D.
Yeah.
And it fit amazing. Like, it fit
pretty sick.
in a way to where it's hard to believe. I mean, we still need to massage it and make it all fit, but
Yeah.
we actually used that this year, and it's very impressive, like how much they can do with a computer.
Yeah, no doubt.
Or do you see yourself going forward doing that, or you guys you think you're gonna do a hybrid, half and half? Or?
Well, I mean, every kit's like a one-off, so it could go either way. If you're doing a 3D scan, chances are you want to reproduce these things over and over and over. That's not really the intention, so we don't really need to do it.
Yeah.
This year is just, we had an SLR that we started, in August?
Yeah.
And,
That's so wild.
and it's like, this will just save us time. We'll give this a shot. If it doesn't work out, we won't bring the car, but if it does, we'll bust ass to finish it. So
Yeah. I mean, even as a one-off, like the way you guys are doing it, for yourselves personally, without thinking about reproduction, and that's cool. Super cool. Leaning into like that digital world kind of allows you to create your vision in a level that's so efficient that
crazy.
it kind of gets you to a place where now you can think about the next project that much sooner, right? It's just another really cool tool in the box. But
Considering you guys like to stay on brand, essentially, how stressful it is like to cut that car.
I'm not
I don't know if he was there, but I was
the SLR.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I mean, that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was we have two SLRs, right? We have a normal one that I drive sometimes, and I told them in the beginning, do not touch my car. Stay away from this car. And if you guys saw that car now, there's nothing left of it.
No.
The hood's gone, the headlights are gone, everything is gone. The interior, all the airbags are missing. This is parts of bad.
oh, dude.
Oh no.
Sorry.
That's what SEMA does to you. You know what I mean? So
So like, how did you decide on doing an SLR? Like, was it just you're like, oh yeah?
I have a good friend in New York. He has a big shop called the Bushi. His name is Roscoe. He had this SLR forever, and he never drove it, just sat there. Someone brake checked him in New York, so the headlight broke. Pretty much just the headlight. And he's like, you want it? And I was like, all right, I'll take it. And when I bought that car, on the plane ride home, I kind of designed it in my head. And I was like, all right, guys, let's have a little meeting. This is what we're doing. And our guy Perry that works with us, he designed the entire car. He's an amazing rendering artist. And I don't really know exactly what he did, the process. You know a little bit better. He designed it, we loved it, and we're like, all right, how are we gonna do this? We gotta chop the top off. That was easy. But the whole body kit thing, the way we did it was really interesting, and it was the first time we did it. And can you explain a little bit how that worked? I don't really remember.
We scanned the car. We scanned only half of one side of the car. Gave him the file, and he has some computer file where he can make kits for it. Mirrored the car, and then he drew this kit on, and then from there, just some company, you hit print, they printed that shit out. Yeah.
Well, it wasn't that simple.
No.
Yeah.
Obviously,
There's a few steps in there.
No, it was a process. He went to Taiwan. He sat there for 2 weeks with the designer.
Yeah.
And he designed it, and we were like, "What's going on?" Like, I didn't understand it. And then he comes back. He was like, "All right, the kit's in the mail." It just showed up and it fit. It was crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. It just freaks out.
insane.
Yeah, it's just.
Sorry.
No, that's unbelievable. It's so cool, man. Yeah.
And was it one piece? Like, was it
no.
the fenders one piece, or was it like in multiple? Like, you just bonded them
It
together?
was one piece, and it was the results were amazing. They sent it to us primered, and
already primer.
yeah, it was beautiful. It was beautiful. You had to look really close to see where they bonded the shit together.
It's insane.
But it was amazing. Yeah. A couple of pieces were missing, so we built the car, and a couple of pieces came in the mail, and we were gonna change a few things. But when we put it all together, the challenge with that car was the wheels and tires on the back, because Toyo doesn't make the tire that big. So we went back and forth with 21s, 20s, back and forth, and we did what we could. But we didn't have to cut anything, right? We didn't modify
We
anything.
used a 14.5-inch rear wheel, the 345. 345 still stretched, but
We got the roof sitting in the shop somewhere, the windshield somewhere else.
cut the fenders. I mean, to get these fenders to sit right. Mm-hmm. We cut the shit out of that car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the whole car is carbon. It's a very interesting car.
It is
Work
carbon?
on SLR.
Oh,
the entire
I
car
did
is
not
carbon
know
fiber,
that.
like everything.
When we started taking it apart, we just saw so many weird things that, like, nobody would know if they own an SLR unless you cut it,
Yeah.
Very interesting car.
Yeah, because I don't think anyone has anyone gone to actually modified or made a body kit for an SLR before. Do you guys know of it?
Well, there's MSO, which is a McLaren Special Ops.
Operations, yeah.
Like, there's actually a car here with that kit on it.
okay.
It's called the high downforce kit. But, I mean, it just looks kind of like a 722. It's still very, simple. Mm-hmm. This one's just wide.
Yeah. I think Fab Design back in the day used to make a really nice kit.
Yeah, your guys' vision is so much farther than the MSO.
A little bit.
Yes, a little bit.
So much farther, which is typical of you guys over here at S-Klub. You guys built some crazy wild cars, man.
So do you build it with the intent of stirring the pot, or
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I've always been curious. I'm like, this guy's did they actually, but there's still style built into everything. But a lot of the things is some of your stuff. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's
It really like a purist nightmare. But like the Porsche we brought this year is, even some purists that came by and they're like, this is really nice. Oh yeah, it's hard not to like some of these cars.
yeah.
But you guys, I feel like you guys did the same thing with your 190.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
You guys did it before the 190 craze.
Yeah.
After you guys built your car, everybody's got a 190 now, But yours still stands out, and I really like it. A lot of respect for that car.
Yeah, it was fun, that one. I took a lot of heat for it, but
We all do.
But I mean, honestly, stirring the pot is the driving force for most of us, I think. Yeah.
Especially being here. This is what
Yeah.
the Tread Pass is all about.
And that's why you guys are pretty much a staple here in the Tread Pass, because Stan here at Toyo, he's put together the craziest, most amazing collection of cars, and you guys are here on the yearly.
Yeah.
Elvis asked me this morning about you guys. He's like, why do you think they build these cars? I was like, pretty sure they just like to start shit.
Yeah, that's part of it.
Dan is a tough customer. I mean, it's not like we're invited next year. No, we have to have a great idea. He has to approve it. Yes.
Right, and this year we were only he was only giving us 2 spots. And then the third spot at the end, he was like, all right, you can have it. But the third spot was supposed to be away on the other side. And because we got here early, I think that has a lot to do with it. He just lined us up, and I think that was amazing.
Yeah.
All 3 of them
He
together.
was surprised to see us because we're always here the last
minute.
Oh, yeah. He's like, what?
Yeah, I know.
Like, can you believe we're here? He's like, yeah, your brother sent me a picture of you guys being here yesterday.
Yeah, that's pretty
How
awesome.
long you guys been doing the podcast?
This will officially be our 91st episode.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, we're there, right? We're almost at 100.
Yeah, so 2 years
Yeah.
and a bit now.
Weekly.
Amazing.
Yeah, that's a lot.
This will bring you some heat too.
Yeah.
Tripping in out there.
I bet.
We've had a couple of good ones.
Yeah. Bad publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
It seems like the guys that hate the most are the ones that watch the most.
Yeah, they got the most to say, those guys.
Yeah, that's a really good. We literally said that today of like bad publicity is still good publicity.
Hell yeah.
It's still publicity. That's
Absolutely.
so funny. Doing the SL or the 500s, not the 500s, the
300.
the 300s, the gullwings. Have like Mercedes hit you up because I've heard that.
They have.
Oh, they have.
Did they?
Absolutely.
Oh
They
shoot!
love
What did
this
they?
fucking
They
car,
do.
I mean, think about it this way. We got one of our cars, the first one we did showed up in a Super Bowl halftime Pepsi commercial.
That is.
And Mercedes wasn't sponsoring them that year. So they got a free advertisement on the most watched show in the country.
Yeah.
In the halftime show, the very fucking beginning of the halftime show.
That's
the
insane.
car shows up, so no one was expecting it. And I think the other thing is, I think we compliment the brand. We don't really like bastardize the car.
No.
Sure, we put flares on it and stuff, but they do that too. AMG and all the special shit they do.
Yeah.
So I don't think they want everybody to do it,
No.
but they like the car.
That is so cool. That's really cool to hear because some brands are going to be like, oh shoot, cease and desist, and they do this.
Same with Ferrari. Like we were expecting a letter from Ferrari last year because we completely bastardized Ferrari. We turned one car into a whole different car, and that turned into a different car. And we even bought a frame to to frame the letter they're going to send us. I was just waiting for it. They're like, the letter never came in. Honestly, in my opinion, our Ferrari looks way better than that piece of shit they just came out with. That's just my opinion.
Don't tell them. We're not gonna.
That's my honest opinion. Their F80 looks like shit.
Yeah.
They missed the mark on that one
Yeah.
for sure.
It's a cylinder. Like, come on. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, when they showed the little track rip there, I was like, it's dead now. It's over.
Sorry.
Oh, that's
You
weak.
guys moved up on that one.
They send us a letter, good. If not, whatever. Don't make it.
Yeah.
I've only made one, so if we're replicating them, making 40 of them, I would understand how they get upset.
Yeah.
But we were only making one. There's only one car. That's it.
And do you guys sell these cars?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, we keep most of them.
Yeah.
And we acquired a little collection.
That's so
If someone wants to buy it, they have to like it a lot more than we do.
Yeah.
So have you guys how many have you built so far?
Since we started,
You got to be getting up there by now because it's like 3 a year, isn't it?
15 cars.
More than that.
15?
More than
Oh
that.
my gosh.
The gullwings, we probably made about 12.
Yeah.
12 gullwings. And
We always got like 4 or 5 in the works.
Wow.
And we don't really like I said in the beginning, this is for us. This is our personal shop. So I don't like to build cars for other people. Edison likes to sell them before we build them. I hate doing that.
Yeah.
Like we have a car now, should have been done a year ago. And this woman that we sold the car to, she's not really into cars. So however much she paid doesn't matter because it's gone. You know what I mean? Because it took so long. And we still have the car. Every day she keeps changing her mind. Like, paint it a different color. Well, it's not that simple to paint a car a different color. You know what I mean? I don't like those wheels. I don't like this. I don't like doing that. So I'm going to build it my way, the way me and Edison like it. And then if you want to buy it, buy it. If not, fuck it. Somebody else will buy it.
Yeah.
Or we'll just keep it.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, that's the dream, right?
Yeah.
That's what we all wish we could do.
We always wanted to do that. And before we were building cars for people, and it just wasn't fun. Now, I love being at work. Like on Sundays, I want to go to work. I don't want to do anything. I want to be at work, So it's a lot of fun. You just want to go home.
Yeah. That's pretty cool though that you mentioned about, and you can probably talk about this because we've also talked before about building a car for yourself versus building it for customers. And at the shop, the Mercedes that you built for yourself.
That one was because we've been doing this for a long time. So building cars for customers is very much, why is this taking so long? Well, if you quit changing your fucking mind every 2 weeks, it would already be done and gone. So when we built that one, it was just, this is ours and we're doing it exactly the way we want it. And it probably had the biggest impact on our business in the whole time. So
I feel like it turns out better too. When
does.
You build it for yourself.
It can't not turn out better, right? You're building towards your own vision, no compromise.
Because almost every customer build gets to a point where it's like, we just got to get this thing out of here because I can't deal with this person anymore. So getting to your guys' point, that's the dream, man.
Yeah. That's a promised land.
All of these chassis swaps, from the first one you did to now, what is the most challenging part?
The whole thing is challenging. The most important thing is to have a crew that understands you and can bust ass, because we do this shit fast. We built the Red Pig in 6 weeks.
That is what, 6 weeks?
We got a couple of guys that are just amazing.
How many people were on that car?
2.
Basically, 2 guys built it, and then the rest of our crew finished it in the end. and that car is amazing. The way that thing drives, I was telling you guys earlier, you just want to break it, and it won't break. It just won't break. So it's a lot of fun. You got to have a crew that understands you. Mm-hmm. You got to pay them well for them to want to come to work. Mm-hmm. I think that's the most challenging part is doing the swap. Like once the car is on there, then you see the rest of it. You know what I mean? And I mean the whole thing is challenging to be honest, but it's a fun thing to do.
The gullwings beat your ass every time. They're just so round and the parts are hard to get. Every one of these cars has been a pain in the ass.
Yeah, they're all hard.
Yeah, honestly, it's the same across the board everywhere, man. Building a car is not fucking easy.
Yeah.
You guys did an EV gullwing, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that process?
I didn't like it at first. I didn't want to do it. So we made a deal with this company that did it for us. If we let you build the EV, you got to build us a SLK one. Just you do the hard part and give us the car. We'll finish it.
Yeah.
And they didn't finish shit. They did the EV. They fucked it up pretty bad.
Oh.
No, we finished it. We basically rebuilt it. And it's an amazing car. It drives amazing. It's in Dubai right now.
It looked good when it was here.
Yeah, it looks so. It's a very fun car.
We got all the cameras, all the sensors, it's self
Retained everything.
self drives. Like it's still a Tesla. So it's not like a EV conversion, like you see all over the place. Yeah. It's legit a Tesla Model 3.
Insane.
So it does everything a Tesla does.
So was that a chassis swap or no?
Yeah.
It was.
Absolutely.
So
There's a Model 3 that had to be shortened. It basically became a Model 2.
And the batteries were a challenge because of where the seats would go.
Yeah.
So we had to move the batteries around, and that's a really dangerous job.
Yeah.
So luckily our guys, the same two guys that did the other swap,
wow.
they made it work. And that's the one car I kind of wanted to give up on. I just didn't care. I didn't want to do it.
All right, just because of the EV thing, or
that, and I don't know. I just the whole process was ugly. You know what I mean? The people I was dealing with, we should have just did it at our shop from beginning to end. Would have been faster, easier, and cheaper. But at the end, when we painted the car, and it's just beautiful. It's just a really fun car to drive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the EV thing, we've done one while we're doing a couple, and it's a whole different thing, man.
You guys did the G-Wagon too, right?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, that thing's pretty fun.
Yeah.
It's got a full Tesla pack in it, so it's a monster.
Yeah.
So, but challenging as shit.
What happens after the show? Like, just let me know how that works in your guys' case. Like, you finish the car, you go back to the shop. You can't really drive it. You got to go through it, or do you just jump in it and go? Is there a lot of issues to fix at the end? Especially
well, that one we didn't get all the sort of creature comfort parts of it done. So yeah, we're still working on that now because we got back with that G-Wagon and built him like 3 more G-Wagons because he's got 13 or 14 of them. So we built him one to go to Moab, and we're building him a truck and a bunch of other shit. Actually, he told me to come check out your G-Wagon this year. So I got to go check that out afterwards because we're building him a pickup truck.
Oh, nice.
And then now we're getting back into the electric one to finish it out.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
So
yeah, our G-Wagon was a lot of fun. We just had it sit in the back of the shop for years. We never touched it. And they were like, let's cut it. All right, cut it in. Turned out amazing. You guys should go check it out.
I got to check.
I need to start a little sure.
The EV stuff, we did a regular EV, you use an EV company, they get it all set up, and they used AEM for management. Yeah, terrible.
Oh, really?
Start the car, and the car full throttle on its own.
Oh my gosh. Was it I'm guessing it was on jacks?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Luckily, the guy who was in the car knew how to drive, and he did like a few donuts and he shut it off.
Oh,
but imagine that. Yeah. Oh my God. So my suggestion, if it means anything, if you're going to do EV, is to use a Tesla management system.
That way it's optimized.
It's already these guys spend billions of dollars fixing all the bugs. Use that to manage your car. Otherwise, just some guy in his at home, his tech bullshit.
Yeah, we have a EV controls one, and it's been fine. But we started it on the lift with all 4 wheels off the ground.
Yeah,
and everyone's
just in case.
It's scary. You never know who put that shit together.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, and that thing's like the one that we've got 1,000 foot-pounds and like 500 horsepower. So that thing's gonna go.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
if we ever do another one, we want to do one next year, right?
Yeah, we got a plan for something really cool for the Tread Pass.
We're gonna use some plaid for something really old and really cool.
Oh,
yeah, and that should be. It's a car he's been wanting to do for like 20 years now.
Oh,
Is that right? Found the car.
We got something to look forward to.
yeah.
Yeah. What's funny is like we bring usually 5 or 6 cars. It's a big pain in the ass. I think this year we decided we're gonna bring 2 next year.
3 maybe.
2, maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
But the 2 that I'm thinking are his 2 favorite cars of all time.
What are they? Are you allowed to say yet or no?
I don't care. But
Save it. We'll wait. We're bringing a big one.
Yeah, or we can talk about it off air.
Yeah. One of them is a Tupac car. That's all we can say.
Oh, nice. That's cool. So I'm guessing it's gonna have a bunch of lowrider things in it.
no.
No?
I don't know. It's gonna be a plaid.
Yeah.
Very nice. One of Tupacs' favorite cars turned into a plaid.
That's so cool.
Yeah, and the other one's like a bat out of hell.
Another thing that I want to point out is, I think I was talking to you about it earlier, what's a lot of times when you see body swaps or like chassis swaps, they're not nice. Like the finish is not good. Like
can
you
tell.
open the doors, open the door sills, you see like the dash and where they cut it or something, and it's like, it's not very nice. But you guys, I feel like, put a lot of effort into.
Have you guys seen the Red Pig in person?
No, not in
Check it out
person.
after
We-
this.
You guys go
Yeah.
check it out. Open the door and see what we did. I mean,
Yeah.
even the door locks work from the new Mercedes.
That's crazy.
Everything works. A little challenging, but it works. And
Yeah.
you get in it, you don't want to get out.
Yeah.
It's really fun.
So sick.
We're doing 2 more right now. We're doing a pontoon Mercedes.
Oh, I love those. Yo,
Yeah,
pontoon.
We already finished one,
Okay.
and then we're doing another one with the C63.
That's amazing. 'Cause I love like chassis swaps, just because of like you have new running gear underneath, and it's like the style of an old car, and so I've always loved them. I'm trying to do one with my Datsun and put like a Corvette on the bottom of it. So yeah, and so it's gonna be a lot of work. And so I keep telling, I don't have any training in all of this, so I've been working with them now for a few years. So I do all the videos and everything, and so they are showing me how to do these things. And initially, just talking about it was like, I was like, oh, it's not gonna be that hard. But I'm like, no. Like talking to them, it's like, it's not that easy, man. Relax. And so it's really interesting to see building these cars. It's a lot harder or it's a lot more work than I initially thought it was. And I'm sure with the chassis swap, it's the same thing. So
It's a lot of commitment too, because you guys use some pretty dope cars to start with. It's not like shit boxes out of the junkyard. So
Now that red car, 12,000 mile SLK 55.
It saves you time and money in the end. You know what I mean?
we try to explain that all the time, because
Less body
when
work.
we're doing Tesla stuff, everyone's like, "Oh, I got this crashed up Tesla." Like, I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah,
It's way faster to start with something good.
you're right.
Yeah, it's funny when your experience level is like down at the bottom and you're still starting. You think you gravitate towards those cheap sort of buy-ins.
Yeah.
And you end up fucking biting yourself in the ass so many times.
And you spend more.
Man.
Yeah, you end up.
So you're right. Like if you start with something like a really nice version of it.
Yeah.
Because you're not going backwards,
You're in.
going forwards.
Yeah.
So much of, like, repairing a bunch of shit just so you can get started.
Yeah. Plus, at the end, you got to register it somehow. That's gonna be a pain.
That's right.
Wow.
And so what are your, like the cars, like, I mean, you guys are also in California, so you guys just register it as what the car once was, or how does that happen?
Everyone's a little different. Everyone's a little different. Like with the older swaps, if you have a clean car to begin with, you have a 60s title, you just go with the 60s title.
Okay.
You don't need smog, you don't need anything.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Yeah. Easier.
We insure them through Haggerty.
Yeah, I love Haggerty.
And we have a guy that comes and appraises the car.
Oh, perfect.
And, you know, you're fine because
Yeah.
driving $1 million car, you're insured for $1 million.
Yeah. I love Haggerty. Not sponsored, I promise. But so like I used to live here before moving to Canada, and I used to use Haggerty. Those were my insurance people, and I love it because it's not like in Canada where we are. They give you what your car is worth. They tell you what it's worth. But in Haggerty, you can set the value, and then, like you said, someone will come and actually give you like a valuation as to what the car is worth, and based on what you've invested in it. And they don't, so far, like dealing with them, they don't fight it. Like if any issues and all of that, they're so good at honoring all of that.
They know you're not going to drive this car every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's safe for them in a way.
Yeah.
From the show, have you guys walked around quite a bit? Like, what are you guys' favorite cars? Apart from your cars, obviously.
Man, I saw that Chevelle. Oh my God.
Which one?
With all the carbon. That's called Doughboy, I think.
Yeah, car house.
Oh my god.
Best car at the show by
Fuck.
far. 2,800 horsepower. Oh,
Yes,
that
that
car.
one,
It's got
yeah.
exhaust
That car fucked me up when I saw it. What the fuck? It was amazing.
Yeah.
I also like all the Kindig cars.
Yeah.
They're changing their style a little bit, and it's nice.
Yeah.
Their paint jobs, their finish, it's just can't top it. It's very
No doubt, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, those guys
a
are
couple
pretty
of other
top
cars. There's a lot of cars here that shouldn't be here. There's a lot of cars that just don't get,
Yeah,
why
yeah.
they spend this money, why they do this, why are they here. A lot of them are really nice, man. They do
Yeah.
to be here.
Yeah, we're checking out the Kindig one, and it's like that Corvette. What is it?
I think it's styled after a Corvette, but they're not
its own
calling
car
it
now.
Corvette.
Yeah.
They have a 356 they did. It's beautiful. Very, very nice. Tastefully done.
I don't think I've seen the 356.
But yeah, that's out there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
I got to get around.
So
and
this
check
Chevelle
this out.
is like the best car of the show.
Yeah.
By a lot.
So wild.
Yes, it's insane. Like, I think I spent almost 20, 30 minutes just looking at it. I'm like, what?
Wild.
It just blows my mind, like the level of quality that's coming to SEMA, in our time now. It's just like everywhere you look, you'll see some shit that's just like, it might not be your thing.
Yeah.
But you're like, you can respect the amount of time and like someone's like commitment to following through to the end.
Yeah.
In these visions, it's pretty insane. Like the craftsmanship level is rising.
You start to think like, oh shit, how long did they take to do this? How
No
much
doubt,
did it
right?
cost to do this?
No doubt.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's cool.
Cool. Have you seen Morgan Clark's Range Rover / Lamborghini rear
I
engine?
haven't seen it in person, but I've seen it on.
Cool.
Yeah.
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 You need to check it out. It is insane. It is insane. It's, I
You
don't
know
know
what
where.
he's talking about? No, it's like a Range Rover with a cut back up. The back of it is cut open. There's a Lambo, I think.
Trophy truck. It's pretty style.
It's
I saw the Miata with the Lambo.
Fake. It's not a Lambo engine, you know? It's a LS
Is it really?
with the Lambo. Yeah, I'm like, but yeah, I think that is pretty much it for now. I'm sure like we'll keep in contact with you guys for like future builds, just because you guys are just wild and you build cool stuff. And you,
But I just want to ask you guys, like, how can people get a hold of you? You guys are really heavy in Instagram. I believe you guys had a YouTube. You have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah,
I know I personally watched some of your builds there.
Yeah.
Is that an active thing that you're pursuing, or are you?
Yeah, when we have time, I mean,
Yeah.
get a little bit more active, but it's just tough, especially the 3-4 months before SEMA.
Right.
But we're putting a big episode together. I think it's gonna.
That's
knock
cool,
some
man.
out.
oh,
That's cool.
Yeah, and to get a hold of us, you just email this guy. He takes care of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to buy one, you got to get through me.
That's right. That's right.
awesome.
Yeah. Follow along with S-Klub. I mean,
Yeah.
you guys build amazing stuff.
It's cool to watch the YouTube videos.
It's super respectful, man.
But we know how hard it is to get them out
Yeah.
there. So
Coming from you guys, that means a lot. Thank you.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Follow them everywhere at S-Klub. We'll see you guys later. Bye.